Okay, hello. This lighting is so yellow. I don't know how to make it less yellow. Hold on, let me see something. That kind of helped a little bit. I hope this doesn't mess up you wanting to watch. But anyways, hello. Greetings. I'm Soy, and and today is my first day confronting my internet and technology addiction. I have a social media and technology addiction, and I believe that I might have had this since I'm 27 years old. I was born in 1995, and I had a phone for the first time, I think, when I was 7 years old, and I have to check the dates, but I think I started using social media when I was in middle school. MySpace was really big at that time. I didn't have a MySpace, but I had a Facebook, and that was more of a thing for my age group in high school. We were all on MySpace a lot. We used Uvu, and I was just on the computer all the time, and I was watching TV all the time. And there was one point in my life where I had seen every single episode of SpongeBob. And so now I'm 27, and I have a smartphone. And I have Instagram and Facebook, and I compulsively use Instagram. And I realized that I spend most of my life on social media. I bought a planner, and the planner has you review your month, and at the end of the month you think about, what have you accomplished? And I realized that I hadn't accomplished anything. And I frequently realize this, but this really put into perspective for myself because I'm 27. So I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish right now because I have a lot of goals. And I realized that so much of my life is spent on social media. So I'm going to go ahead and check today is day one of me confronting this issue. And so yesterday, I actually went to and bought a flip phone. So I have a plan that I paid $30 for unlimited talk and text for this month. It's my first month with it, so I'm going to see how much I really need and then kind of gauge how much I need to add. But the plan behind this is that I have Mint Mobile, so I pay, I think it's like $100 for 3 months of data on this phone. So I pay $100 every 3 months, which isn't bad for me. And so adding this wasn't a big expense for me because the phone was $30 and then the plan was $30. So my plan behind this is that I have not used my phone today. I have not been on social media. I am going to be using YouTube. I'm aware YouTube is social media, but I want to document this because I'm using myself as a case study. And so I'm allotting myself 1 hour of social media usage a day, whatever hour that would be the most convenient for me to be able to upload the video. And I want to record myself logging into social media for the first time, and I want to document verbally what I feel because today has been a really difficult day in terms of not being on social media. So let me just explain. This is my introduction to my case study. So let me just explain what I will be doing. So I will be, for however long, I'm not sure how many days this will be, I will be documenting my daily, as I wean myself off of using my smartphone. I have this because I gave this phone number to family members and certain close friends possibly. And this is just so that I can turn off my smartphone throughout the day. And I can use less screen time while still being connected in case my family has an emergency. And in case I need to contact anybody. So that's what I will be doing. So I intend on keeping this because I am a poet and I want to use social media in a way where I can share things that enhance people's lives, like my art, because I do believe that art changes the world. And now I want to share this case study of myself because I think this is a very important thing, because I am not the only 27-year-old or the only human on this planet who has a technology addiction and who has a social media addiction. So let's underline some parameters. So variables for this case study, there is going to be a lot of variables. This is obviously is not a controlled study. This is more so study of myself, where I am analyzing myself and my patterns and behaviors. So I have a planner where I will be conducting a daily scan of myself and how I am feeling, and sharing that. And that will be part of kind of tracking and being able to find patterns in my behavior as I wean myself off of social media. So that's where my introduction is for that. And so now I'm going to get into talking about my day today. So I recorded a few clips that I'm going to add in this morning, and I woke up today around 6:30 because I had a lot of ambitions for this. And I was like, oh, you know, my new day without social media is going to be amazing. I'm going to be able to instantly be productive. And I did not realize how deeply ingrained this addiction was. And actually, I'm going to pause this video because I just want to, let's look it up together. Actually, I have my smartphone. So what is the DSM definition of an addiction? Okay, criteria. So in this study, I'm just gonna fast forwarded that me reading, but the substance is technology and social media. So tolerance, withdrawal, hazardous use. These are the criteria for a disorder. Hazardous use, social interpersonal problems related to use, neglected major roles, used larger amounts for a longer period of time, repeated attempts to quitting or controlling your amount of usage, how much time you spend using, psychological and physiological problems related to your use, and activities given up in order to use. So according to the DSM-5, a substance abuse disorder, in this, when I'm saying substance would, again, be technology or social media. It's not a real substance, but substances would be like meth or alcohol. I just want to see if this will plug in, right? We're figuring this out together. Okay, so according to the DSM-5, a substance abuse disorder involves patterns of symptoms caused by using a substance that an individual continues taking despite its negative effects. Based on decades of research, the DSM-5 points out 11 criteria that can arise from substance misuse. They fall under 4 basic categories: impaired control, physical dependence, social problems, and risky use. So let's go through these, and I want to self-analyze this, and you guys can kind of do that for yourself if you're interested. So using more of the first one is using more of a substance than intended or using it for longer than you're meant to. Yes, absolutely. That happens to me when I'm on social media. When I'm scrolling, I will absolutely be like, okay, I want to spend 30 minutes on here, and I'll look and it's been an hour, 2 hours, and I want to stop, but I'm watching a funny video and I just want to watch funnier videos. So I'll literally scroll through the videos trying to find the ones that have the most views, because I think that's my brain trying to, you know, I received this level of dopamine and now I want more. So I'm trying to, or equal at least, you know, so I'm trying to find the one that will be the funniest and has the most popularity and will be able to get me that level of dopamine that I require, or that I now require due to the, to partaking in the addiction. 2, trying to cut down or stop using the substance, but being unable to. Absolutely. And the thing is, like, I stopped watching Netflix a while back, because I noticed that I have been addicted to screens for a really long time, since I was young, because I used to watch television so much. You could talk to me and I had no idea what you were saying. You could talk to me while I was watching TV and I would get upset because I was getting interrupted. And I stopped watching Netflix. So but I noticed, because when you binge, you engage in behaviors that are related to addiction. I would go, if I would binge something, because on the weekend, I wouldn't shower, I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't brush my teeth, I would just binge. a TV show for hours. Okay. Experience intense cravings or urges to use a substance all day today. What I was telling you earlier was that I woke up and at 6:30 I wanted to have a productive day. I couldn't get out of bed because the only thing I wanted to do, this actually makes me want to cry. The only thing I wanted to do was get on my phone and use social media. And I told myself that I wasn't going to do that, so I laid in bed because I literally could. It was like I could have done it if I really would have been like, but in my brain there was no desire, there was no motivation to get up. I could have used my consciousness and my soul to wake myself up, but I really wanted to understand how I was feeling. And I just laid in bed and I fell asleep again, and I woke up at 9:30 and I realized I have to get out of bed, but I can't go to social media. And I felt lost. Like I didn't know what to do if I don't go on social media the first thing I do. I really wanted to go on there. So that's really real. Okay, needing more of the substance to get the desired effect, also called the tolerance. That's a thing, because that's what I was just kind of explaining happens to me when I'm watching a funny video on TikTok or Instagram on Reels. 5, developing withdrawal symptoms when not using the substance. I think that a withdrawal symptom from not being on social media would be what I realized with myself earlier was I was moving slower because I wanted to fill the gaps of time. What I usually do is I distract, like if I feel an instance of boredom or before I get out my car, I'll delay getting out of the car to scroll for a little bit and then turn it off and get out the car. And so those little instances like get me through the day. And so a withdrawal symptom was that I really felt so lost and brain foggy today because I did not have the direction of social media to be, or the distraction of my phone. Like I felt like I needed distractions in order to live my life and to follow through my day. Spending more time getting and using the substance and recovering from substance abuse. I'm not so sure about that one. Spending more time getting and using it. For me, maybe because I create more instances to want to be on my phone and interact. So maybe. That one's a questionable one. So number 7, neglecting responsibilities at work, school, or home because of it. Yes, absolutely. I procrastinate all the time, and that's something that I really want to get to the root of, is understand why am I procrastinating so much, Okay, so 8, continuing to use even when it causes relationship problems. Yes, even when my mom is yelling at me because she feels offended that I'm pulling out my phone in the middle of our conversation, I still do it. And it's really kind of messed up because I feel bad when people do that to me. Giving up important or desirable social and recreational activities due to using. Yes, that can be related to me in social media and my phone as well, because a lot of times I'll just feel like I don't even want to go out. I just want to stay home and watch a video or scroll on my phone or watch a movie or finish this episode of whatever. So that can definitely be related to technological addiction, I think. Using substances in risky settings that put you in danger. I don't think that one can really be related to technology addiction, at least mine, or my social media addiction. Continuing to use despite the substance causing problems to your physical and mental health. Yes, because we all know that it's very dangerous for our mental health because the way that it programs your mind is really, really, really dangerous. So there's different levels of severity and things like that, but this is an introduction video and I don't want to get too long. So as we go on, today I spent the day at the library. This is actually happening during a good time because right now I'm off for a few weeks. So I have Everything Health Guides to Addiction and Recovery. This is the first book that I'm starting off with, and I have a lot of really good information to share with you guys that I will probably compile and share tomorrow, but there's literally a chapter on technology and addiction, and a lot of the things that it says is things that I know we all do, y'all. So this is something that we really have to address in our lives because specifically people who are my age or people who we grew up, I would say maybe anyone born in the 90s and up, right? Or maybe people born in the 80s also, I don't know. But I haven't really come up with that. But my point is that we have been like guinea pigs almost to the technological revolution, and no one is addressing on the level that I feel it needs to be addressed the fact that we all have a addiction to technology on certain degrees, and a lot of us my age and younger than me are experiencing depression. I experience depression, I experience anxiety, I experience and have in the past experienced like suicidal thoughts and ideations. And I'm not saying that it's because of technology, it's because of social media, but we have to recognize where there is a correlation. And although correlation does not imply causation, we have to recognize what a deep and significant amount of correlation there is between the amount of time that we spend on our screens. Oh, I forgot to check my screen time that we spend on our screens, and how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about our lives and our desire and motivation to live. So this is day 1 of confronting my social media addiction. I have not been 7:18 p.m. have not been on social media all day. I transitioned to a flip phone. I'm allowing myself 1 hour of use of social media use, and right now I actually, so it says my daily average was 3 hours and 36 minutes. Today it says I've been on here for 2 hours because I was texting people on here because I had a plan with somebody who doesn't have my flip phone number. But I wonder if I can scroll back to before, like yesterday was the first I hadn't started. I had 5 hour average. Sunday 3 hour average. February 5th 3 hour average. Saturday 3 hour 52 minutes. Friday 3 hour 37 minutes. Is that as far as I can go? Wednesday 3 hour 21. Tuesday 4 hours. Monday 3 hours. So I wasn't doing too bad. I was kind of starting to bring it into Saturday, January 28th, 8 hours, you guys. On January 28th, I spent 8 hours on my phone. Oh my god, that makes me so sad, actually. Seriously. Friday, January 27th, 6 hours and 44 minutes. Oh my god, no. This is my life. This is my life. This is our lives we're talking about here. Oh, gosh. It's okay, because we can do something about it. Okay, so this is day 1. And, so yeah, tomorrow I will share more regarding, like, daily check-ins and what I've been learning regarding addictions. But, sorry, that was a little long. See you tomorrow. Peace. And love. So it's like 11 or so. It's 11:49, and there's this really strange phenomenon, and I know it's the social media thing because it happens to me like a lot, and I recognize it. I feel like it's like I don't want to get up and do what I have to do, like literally get out of the car. So I procrastinate it by getting on my phone and scrolling through my phone for a little bit, and then I'll do it. And so it's crazy because I'm realizing that this affects like action, like actual action, like taking actual steps to do things. And I notice I do this a lot with my phone. And since today's my first day, I'm like really like, damn, I do that. I do that all the time, where it's like, no matter what I'm doing, like if I need to write something down, if I need to go wash the dishes, if I need to get out of the car, if I need to walk from here to there, I will procrastinate it by pulling out my phone, getting on my phone, and then doing it. And so right now I'm feeling that need to procrastinate, that need to not take immediate action and to do something else, distract myself before doing what I need to do, which is a really weird phenomenon. So we'll see. I just got to the library and I'm gonna write because my head feels really big. Like I feel like I have so much information in my head. Like my head feels heavy. So I'm thinking maybe if I write I can get some of it out, but that's how we're going so far. Okay, good morning. It's day 1 of the social media experiment, and I already had a really hard time this morning because I went to bed knowing what I wanted to do. I'm trying to make this like fix my face a little bit. Like maybe I should change the angle. Hold on. Maybe I can sit up. I went to sleep knowing what I wanted to do. And so I had that already in my consciousness. And so while I was sleeping, I had dreams about it. And when I woke up, I already knew that I wasn't going to be on social media. And one of the first things, and I was trying to break this pattern for a while, but I fell back into it, was like one of the first things I do when I wake up is I check social media. And that kind of helps me to wake up. And so I woke up at 6:30 because I had like, I want to start doing all this new stuff in the morning. I was kind of pushing myself into it. And it was pretty difficult because I had in my head, I just wanted to check my phone. I just wanted to go on social media, see if anybody had liked my stuff or sent me a message. And it was like a really hard thing to shake in my mind, and I couldn't get out of bed because I literally felt no desire to get out of bed. Even though I had all of these things that I really wanted to do, it was almost like if I didn't go check social media, I just wasn't going to get out of bed because I had nothing to do. It was a really weird feeling, and I continued to feel that, and I just fell asleep again. I woke up around 9 again, and I had the same feeling, and I decided, okay, like, we can't stay in bed forever, so we have to start with something else. It was almost like I was taking away the first thing that I did, and I had no idea what else to do. Like, if I don't check social media first, what else do I do in the morning? What else do I do when I wake up? I had no idea. So I was like, okay, let me give myself a little foot massage because my feet were kind of hurting. I thought maybe that would help me move the energy around and kind of help me get started. And it did. It helped. It did help. And so now I'm awake. And I'm starting my daily check-in, because part of this experiment is I'm going to include daily body scan. I'm going to do like a cycle mapping of including like my womb cycle, my menstrual cycle, but just kind of like analyzing myself in the rhythm of natural cycles. And I want to use that as well to help me keep daily track of how I'm changing or progressing with limited social media use and phone use and internet use. So it's part of the experiment in which that I'm going to be like monitoring myself daily and seeing any changes and recording how I feel, because I do feel this is an addiction, and I am having a hard time breaking it, and I just want to make this a more vulnerable thing, because I know I'm not the only person who feels like this, and I don't think that we should spend our entire lives on social media pretending to it's okay to feel these feelings about an inanimate object. So that's my morning check-in. It's around 9 a.m. Let me see exactly what time it is. I have my flip guy. It's 10:07 a.m. on Tuesday, February 7th. And I'm going to go create a new routine for myself and force myself to go do something else. But I'm telling you, dude, all I'm thinking about is going on my phone to check social media. That's literally all I'm thinking about. So I'm having a hard time. Day one has been a struggle. So I'll keep you updated.